particular about color, aesthetics. Somebody will be maybe looking for serviceability. Somebody will be looking for reliability, how long it is going to run without any breakdown. Right. Some people will be looking for some like air conditioning, AC, or dashboard design. Right. So quality has the different perspective for different people. Right. So quality means doing it right when no one is looking. That is what Henry Ford told about the quality. So different definitions are there. Can you see the definitions? So is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So different quality gurus, they have contributed a lot in the field of quality, like Deming, meeting the customer needs, as you told. It's very important that you understand the customer need and try to meet those needs. And Juran told it's a fitness for use. So whatever purpose for which you design that particular product, it should meet its use, whatever intended use, whatever application you are going to use that particular product, it is serve that purpose. That is what we call it as fitness for use. That is the best definition till date about the quality. Different people have to say different, but this is one of the best definition you can remember. Fitness for use is the quality. What do you mean by quality? Crosby told conformance to require, meeting the customer requirement, whatever requirements are there. Maybe when you are developing a software, you are going to come out with different customer requirement specification, or you designing any product, you need to collect requirements from the customer. So conformance to requirements, how well you are going to meet his requirement, that determines your quality. Then Ishikawa told it's a continuous improvement. You cannot achieve 100% quality. You will be always under a journey of improvement of quality. There is no definite destination for quality. There is always scope for improvement. Right. So that is what we call it as continuous improvement. So one more author, Pigeon Baum, told it's a customer satisfaction, satisfying your customer, right? His needs, different needs. There are many kinds of needs. There are unstated needs. There are stated needs. Some needs he is not aware of that particular product. Sometimes he is not aware of what he has to accept in from that particular product. Is not aware. Maybe you can give some. There are some excitement needs, right? He is not aware of, but in that product you are going to give that particular need. So it is going to create excitement in the customer. So these are the different definition of quality, and these are different quality gurus. You can maybe read about all these things. They have contributed a lot to the field of quality. Right, Sheward, he came out with the Sheward diagram. Right, so Daiichi Ono, he is the main pillar behind the what you say Toyota production system. What you are seeing in Toyota company today. Frederick W. Taylor, he was called as the father of scientific management. He has came out with certain things which are very good to improve the productivity of the shop floor or manufacturing setup. So how to achieve that efficiency and effectiveness in the um, shop floor. Then Henry Ford came up with Ford production system, right? He is the father of maybe a mass production system, right? So then we have Crosby. He told we assume that whatever thing you are going to produce, if it is costly, it is going to have good quality. But he wrote a book, Quality is Free. Kindly, if you get a time to go through that particular book, kindly go through. That is very important book. Quality is free. We assume that if it is a of quality product, the cost is going to be high, right? It is not that. So sometimes cheaper rate also. It is about cutting your cost, unnecessary cost involved in the production. That's why I told quality is free. If you focus on your reducing your cost, then with the less cost you can give a lot of value to or quality to your customer. Right. So many of them have contributed in the field of Pareto came up with the Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis, right? Duran came out with Duran came out with what is that? Durant rheology. quality improvement, quality design, some triology he came out with. Then Ishikawa, he came out with root cause analysis, how to find out quality, where there are any defects in the organization, how do we do the root cause analysis. So those kind of things he came out with. And Edward Deming talked about total quality management. So different people have contributed a lot to the field of quality, right? It's not a new term, right? So if you go back to Industrial Revolution in 1800, so you will get a lot of contribution there only, what they have done. So kindly, whenever in a little free time, you can go through them. A lot of things you will be able to learn from these quality gurus. And um, and what is the important things about this quality guru is they live longer, right? So when you are a quality person, you are going to what do you say, involved in quality improvement. Everyone has lived above 80 years. That is the specialty, right? So you are very quality conscious and all that. So definitely you are going to live longer. So everyone maybe around 80 plus they have lived, all the quality gurus. So that is the important thing, lesson you could uh, take home, right? So these are the different quality gurus. Whenever you have free time, please go through them. So next, coming to the so quality, I defined it as fitness for purpose, right? So it has many dimensions, right? So quality means it has many dimensions which you can look into. So performance, one of the quality characteristics. Features, different features, how many features you are going to get. Flexibility, durability, conformance to standard, then serviceability. Somebody will look for aesthetics, somebody will look for perceived quality. And now we are talking about service quality also. After sales service also, how the company is going to respond. Based upon that also, we are determining their quality, timeliness, courtesy, and consistency and convenience, right? All these factors. So quality means it's broad, not only uh, the product quality. We talk about these different things. It has different dimensions, called as quality dimensions. Is that clear? Yes or no? Hope you are getting it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So there are different how to achieve a quality. There are different techniques are there, right? So mm, uh, whenever in Japanese term, waste is called as muda. Muda means waste. So there are three kinds of, whenever you go to any organization, you want to improve the quality. So you need to focus on waste, where maybe in terms of production, in terms of where actually waste is happening, which process is consuming, resulting in more waste, right? So you need to and more mura means unevenness. So it talks about unevenness. Muri means overburden. If you are overburdening any of the employees or overloading, that is also one kind of waste they assume, right? So Mura talks about unevenness, right? Evenly you have to load different machines or something like that. So that is what it's like, line balancing. So that is also one kind of, you have to be consistent in whatever you do. That is what we call it as Mura. And Muri, you should not overburden any machine or any person, human. That is what we call it as Muri. So different types of waste are involved. If you reduce these kinds of waste, you will definitely improve. You are going to improve the quality of the any of the project. So these are the types of waste involved in any project. So if you are, there are different kinds of transportation waste, which are there are keeping inventory is a waste, we tell like that. So it involves a lot of cost. And you have a inventory. That's why Japanese people go for just in time whenever they need to produce. Maybe Dell production system, if you see, as soon as they receive the customer order, then only they will start the production. Unless that, they won't start the production. That is what we call it as just in time production, right? So, and motion, wasted motions. If some person is traveling without adding any value to the product, so simply is moving, that is also we consider as a waste. So anything which doesn't add value to the product is called as waste. So overproducing. So you are why you are overproducing? Maybe you are uncertain about of the demand. You are not sure about the demand. So you are keeping more inventory. So overproduction is also one kind of waste. We are going to tell like that, right? So because customer doesn't pay for your overproduction, and also customer doesn't pay for your inventory. He will pay as much as is required. So you need to able to predict. You need to able to use different forecasting techniques to correctly predict the what is the customer demand. Based upon that, you should order whatever raw material or inventory. So that is the whole purpose of you being a project manager. How when to order, how much to order, right? That is that those decisions are very important, very crucial, right? When to order and how much to order, right? So over processing is also a waste. Then if you are producing defects, so this is also uh, defects, rejects, or so because customer is not going to pay for your defects. So whichever doesn't add value to the even inspection, we are telling whichever non-value adding activities are all waste. So inspection you are doing, inspection you are not inspection also we are calling it as non-value adding activity nowadays, right? So your processes should be such that it should produce a quality product. You are not wasting time in inspection, right? Whenever it is getting manufactured, you should be able to monitor the quality. That is how what we are going for robotics and automation. As soon as manufactured, so automatically all the parts will be checked. So you are not paying any uh, inspection person to do the inspection. So it's also called as now because you are not processing the product in the inspection. So whichever is not going to add value to the product is considered as waste. Right, and also in Japanese they are following 5S system. Whenever you get time, kindly go through it. It's the best method to keep your workplace neat and tidy. Right. Then different techniques are there. 5S, SIRI is means sorting all the items in the organization. Saiton, you need to a place for everything, and everything should be in its place. And SISO means shine. You need to shine means you need to clean your maintain your equipment well. Then whatever processes are there, you need to standardize them tickets. So then you should be able to continuously improve and sustain whatever standards you have established. So this is the 5S system which you are going to use, right? Then who is customer? Can you tell me who is customer? Who is the customer? Yes. You need to understand your before going for quality. You need to understand your customer very well. Who is customer? Can anyone tell?
So any person who buys goods from a shop or a business.
Yes. Any customer, who, any person who is interested in your product is a customer. He may be a customer. He may be a consumer. So directly he can consume whatever he's going to buy, or he's a customer and he may sell it to some other consumer, something like that. Correct. Nirochana. The person who wants the product. So who is interested in the product, right? So best definition of customer is given by Mahatma Gandhi. Can anyone tell me what is the definition given by the Mahatma Gandhi? About the customer. Can anyone search in the Google and read out for me? Customer, best definition of customer is given by him. The majority of the shops you go, they have displayed in their sometimes you can see that definition of the customer. Some of the stores, when you use it, kindly check that. Can anyone tell, referring to the Google definition of customer by Mahatma Gandhi?
So it says that a customer is the most important visitor on our premises. He is not dependent on us, we are dependent on him. He is not an interruption in our work, he is the purpose of it. He is not an outsider in our business, he is a part of it. We are not doing him a favor by serving him, he is doing us a favor by giving us an opportunity to do so.
Yes, very good. So that is the see how they are not in the manufacturing field or they are not in the automobile field, but the way the Gandhiji understood about the customer, see their broad perspective of how they have understood, that is very important, right? So that we need to take. Uh, so that is the trust. The truth is customer do not know what they want. Sometimes what happens is the customer is not aware of the what he expects from the product, right? He's not clear about whenever he's giving requirement for the software, he's not fully aware how it is going to be, how it is look, how what are the different modules are going to be, right? So customer sometimes aware unaware of his needs, unaware of his wants, but may not be proficient in describing the needs. He will be knowing but unable to describe what exactly he wants. So that is the quality meeting the needs of the customer. So we there is a model of to understand what is critical to quality, a very important model, Kano model we are going to use to understand the customer need. There are three kinds of need a customer. Can anyone tell what is the difference between need and want? Need and want, or both are same or different? Need and want.
Sir, it's like almost same, but need
Yes.
is it's more of a requirement. I
So
mean,
it's something that you must have. Need is something that you must have. Want is something that you wish to have.
yes,
Correct. Very
yes,
good. Yes, so you are hungry, you can manage that with whatever available in the home, right? Chapati or dal or whatever. But you want to have pizza only when you are hungry. So that becomes your want. So whatever need with capability to pay or whatever, that we call it as want, right? So that is the difference. So so what are the different? So there are three kinds of needs: entry level need, higher level need, highest level need. So expected needs. Some are basic, must be quality characters should be there in your product, right? So they are called as dissatisfiers. Customer is not going to be happy with those features because obviously those things should be there in product. What he expects, they are called as dissatisfier. They are must be features for any of the product. They will not satisfy your customer. So those basic features should be there in your product. So next level of needs are higher level needs, normal needs. They are want. They will somewhat satisfy your customer, right? Normal needs. So whatever when you are going to buy a car, so the certain basic features must be features, maybe mileage, right? Maybe or dashboard design, some basic quality characteristics or rear window, all the windows or whatever things they will be there. They will not make you happy. They will be and normal needs wants, maybe power windows you want to expect, right? So different kinds of power windows, maybe good ergonomically designed chairs and all, seat arrangement, leg space. They are your wants, so they will just satisfy you. And there are certain needs which will delight you, that will excite you. There are some wow factors in that particular car, like you are going to give him a map, something like that. He was not at all aware that that map is going to be inbuilt. Google Map you are going to give, or some AR VR technology in the glass only it will be displayed, or map whatever, augmented reality or virtual reality, some kind of things. And while parking, maybe some automatic parking you are going to give, right? It may not happen in all the cars, but there will be some wow factors which will be there, which customer is unaware. So that will definitely delight, that will definitely excite him. So you are giving more than what your customer expecting in the product. So that is what we call it as exciting needs or delighters, right? So different things needs you should remember in mind. So there are certain must be characteristics of the
sir,
product.
sir,
Yes, tell me.
sir, in that entry level needs,
Yeah.
the O factors which you told, should it be advertised first, or it should be dealt when only the customers are ready to buy?
Yes, very good question. So it can be advertisement also they can mention some of the cars if you have seen like recently some I don't know Benz or Ford that CEO only went and sat in the car and the bullet was shot at him in the car. So they wanted to demonstrate that it's a bulletproof car for some celebrities or some politicians, something like that. Have you seen that video?
No, sir. I will
Yeah,
watch.
if I have that, I will send it. CEO only sat. So he believes that his car is of that quality. His bullet, somebody shot standing in front of the car and he shot bullets at the CEO, company CEO only. So that much belief that particular CEO is having in that particular product. So definitely those kind of going to qualities are going to excite the customer, some features, right? If we see that ad, then only customer will become aware of that particular quality. But again, it is going to excite him whether he sees advertisement or directly go to the showroom. Definitely, those kind of characteristics is going to excite him. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So must be means basic features. Want means some extra features what you are going to give. Exciting needs means wow factors that you are going to give some maps or uh, some other features, right? So which are going to excite the customer. So that's quality gurus. Different quality gurus are there. Kindly go through that. Then one more PPT I will open. That is about quality, the basics of quality, what you should know. Coming back to the project quality management. Can you see the PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So project quality management. So what are the different activities what you are going to do? Identify quality requirements and standards for the project. To audit quality requirements to ensure appropriate standards are used. Monitor and control. So you need to continuously monitor and control. Unless you monitor and control, first thing you need to measure the quality, then only you can monitor and control. Then determine quality policy, objective, responsibility, right? So project quality management applicable to all projects irrespective of their nature. So it's a knowledge area. I told you 10 knowledge areas are there. I keep repeating that 10 knowledge area. So project quality management is one of the important knowledge area. So without quality or user acceptance test, no projects are going to be accepted. So customer has to accept, right? Then only work. So you need to plan quality. So which are the process group this quality knowledge area is going to fall? Executing, you need to execute the quality. First, you are going to plan what level of quality you are going to achieve. Then you are going to execute. Then, if there are any deviation in the quality, then you need to control the quality, right? So, four important pillars. What we say. One second. Four pillars of quality management. Very important. Many of the exam it is going to ask. What are the four pillars of quality management? So, first one is customer satisfaction. I discussed with you. So meeting customer requirements conforms to the quality fitness for use. That is what we call it. And what is the difference between prevention or over inspection? Can anyone tell? Prevention and inspection. Very important. Slides are there. You can read and explain to me. So prevention we call it as quality assurance, and you should know the difference between what is quality assurance and quality control when you are working on any project. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Prevention. If we take a product and there is a batch checking for that batch quality checking for that product,
Hmm.
if in the earlier stage, if you get undesired output in the of that stage, then you probably remove that so that you prevent that
Hmm.
to be a finished wrong product.
Okay.
So inspection is finally checking
Yeah.
quality over standards.
Yeah, simply you remember prevention means you are producing a product without defect. That is prevention. So no defects are there. Keeping errors out of the process itself. So you are going to design your process such a way that errors are out of the process. So no need of inspection because you are training your employee or your measuring instrument are so well calibrated or your workers are so well qualified to take readings, right? So there is no chance of producing error itself. So you have trained your employee such a way that they will produce quality products only, right? You have trained such a way that so keeping errors out of the process itself. Inspection means product is out. Now you are checking it. Now you are, it's like a reactive and proactive approach. The uh, defect you have produced, now you are going to check and control the quality, and you are going to do rework if possible. If tolerance level are not met, again you are going to rework on that particular material, and again you going to do inspection, right? Keeping errors out of the hands of the customer. So production has come out. Now you want to check the quality so that defective part won't reach to the customer. But in prevention, you are taking a lot of precaution, lot of training you are giving to your employees so that they won't produce defect only. Is that clear? That is the quality assurance and quality control. Yes.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Because cost of prevention is much lesser than cost of correction, right? So that is very important. So because every quality is involved with the cost, quality doesn't happen just like that. It is associated with certain costs, right? So that is important. Next one is continuous improvement. So already I told you, so you cannot achieve 100% quality. So every day you have to improve, right? So like it's like achieving your 10% CGPA. It's never going to happen. So, but you can move from 8.9 to 8.10, 8.10 to 9.0, 9.1, 9.2. It's a continuous process. That is what we call it as Kaizen. Kai means change, Zen means good, changing for good. That is what we call it as, it's a Japanese technique, Kaizen. So where they are going to take inputs from any one of the, maybe he may be a chairman or he may be a doorman. They are going to receive instruction or suggestions from all the employees in the organization so that they will continuously improve, because each one of working in your organization is important, right? When you have a good hospital, but if your security, number one hospital in Karnataka, if your security is not talking properly to the customer who are entering into your hospital, that is going to affect your image of the hospital, right? So you have to continuously improve. You have to train your employee, maybe who is standing at the gate also, to the person who is sitting at the AC room. So whoever customer is going to come with the contact, right? That talks of quality of your product. So whoever is going to interact, maybe service center you are going to visit, the how maybe manager may be good, the person first one whom you are going to interact, suddenly you, if he doesn't talk properly to you, you lose your cool and you have a wrong impression. The company may be any big company, but you lose image of that particular company, right? So every person who is going to interact, he has to be what do you say? There is always scope for continuous improvement. Who is going to come to the customer contact? Who is our customer touch? We tell it a customer touch point. He may be chairman or he may be doorman. He has to interact well with the customer. So that also determines your quality of your service or quality of your how you treat your customer. So that is one of the aspect of the quality. Then management responsibility. So whatever, because ultimately management has to convey what are the quality objectives you have set up in the organization. They have that commitment. They should have that commitment. If management is not having commitment, then employees are not going to lose their interest in the project. Right? They have to establish the quality role in the organization. Management is not provide resources required to successful completion of the responsibility in the quality. The project manager has the responsibility of the overall project. The team has the responsibility of the project deliverable. So these four things are important: customer satisfaction, prevention over inspection, then continuous improvement, then management responsibility. And next one is quality costs. Right. So next we are going to discuss about this is the last slide for the day. We are going to discuss about that. So I told you cost of quality. All the cost incurred over the life of product to achieve particular desired quality of the product service called cost of quality. So there are two kinds of cost of quality. One is cost of conformance. One is cost of non-conformance. So in cost of conformance, you have prevention cost and the appraisal cost. In cost of non-conformance, you have internal failure cost and external failure cost. Right. So just go through the slides, understand what it means, and 10 marks question definite. In every exam, this slide is very important. I'm going to finish with this slide. This is very important. 10 marks question. Majority of the times it is being asked. So prevention cost means what? Cost to conformance means what? Money spent during the project to avoid the failures. So cost of non-conformance is money spent during and after the project because of failures. Right. So cost of conformance is before the product produced. That is the cost of conformance. Cost of non-conformance is once it reaches to the hands of the customer. Money spent during. Once it is going to fail, what money you are going to spend? That is what we call it as cost of non-conformance. So prevention costs are examples are given: doing right things right from the beginning, building a quality product. So trying to prevent, right? So maybe you are training your employee and good equipment you are providing to the employees. You are systematically documenting the process, right? All those things to avoid the defects are going to occur in the project. Appraisal cost means examining and checking the process or accessing the quality. Appraisal cost means testing. For testing, you are going to use human resource, you are going to use equipment, you do quality audits, inspection. All these are called as appraisal cost. Cost involved in measuring the quality characteristics of the product are called as appraisal cost. Right. So internal failure means failure found in the project. Internal failure means product is still in your company only, but you identified the failure. So you can do rework or scrap. Right. So you can either rework or throw it if doesn't meet any quality requirement. External failure means already product has reached your customer. Right. Failure found, it's found by the customer. Maybe you have heard about Samsung. There was a battery problem. There was short circuit of the battery used to happen whenever that some lot of Samsung. They have to recall so many lakhs of mobiles. They have to recall because that lot has a battery problem. So that is what we call it as external failure cost. Once it has reached, yeah.
Samsung S7.
Samsung S7, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. So they have to recall so many they already produced. So kind of cost involved when you recall those many lakhs of products. See the cost involved in the producing that in the product. So internal failure means it has found out by you only. It is product is still in your organization. So you can rework or scrap. That is what we are going to call it as internal failure cost. External failure cost means already it has reached to the customer and customer has found the defect in your product. It is not your quality control department which has found, but customer has found, right? So you can identify a lot of these kind of cases, right? In the maybe you read in newspaper about warranty problems or product recall. So lost business, you are going to lose your reputation once the bad product reaches to the hands of the customer. Definitely, you will going to lose the business or lost your reputation in the market. So these costs are very important, right? So cost of conformance means you are going to prevent the defect from occurring. Cost of non-conformance means already defect has occurred. Either it is in the organization or it is in the failure has happened. Cost of conformance is preventing the defect. Cost of non-conformance defect is occurred. How to prevent it? Right? Is that clear? The different quality costs. Any doubts you have in this? It's a self-explanatory, I believe. If you still have doubts, you can ask.
Understood.
Yeah. Consider, or else you consider one example of development of a software. Can anybody tell me what are the prevention cost, what are the appraisal cost, what are the internal failure cost, what are the external failure cost? Software development. You are from, few people are from software background. You take any example of software. You need to be able to associate with those costs. Then only I believe you understood the concepts. You should be able to relate to your field. Any project you take, these costs are going to be there.
Okay.
You can tell me, Pramod, any examples of prevention cost? Any examples you can tell?
In any field, sir.
Yeah, any field.
In prevention cost.
Yeah. Any product you take, what may be the prevention cost?
Sir, prevention cost, if at all I take an automobile industry, I would like there are many cases in the car where they claim for a good airbag system which failed during the accident. So I would invest.
This one cost you are going to put that?
So research and development for that.
No, here, four costs are there, no? Prevention cost, appraisal cost, internal failure, external. Failure of airbag, no? Which failure is that?
Sir, I think it involves two one is prevention cost, another one is failure cost.
Yeah, but failure cost only, no? It has failure occurred once in the product only, when it has reached the customer, right? So it's external failure only.
Sir,
Correct, no?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
But you can prevent that by giving right training or right process improvement
Sir,
or whatever. Yeah. Swapnil, you want to tell
there,
something?
sir, like you can take a example of production machinery. Like a
Production.
company like invest in training operations or programs for the operators
Hmm.
during the production of the machinery to make sure that they understand how to manufacture the parts correctly.
Yes,
So
very good.
basically, it's a preventive cost
Yes.
because
Correct. If you
Hmm.
are going to train your employees, as I said, when you are in manufacturing, you are operating on a CNC machine or new machine. If you are going to train your employees about G codes, M codes, which are used in machining the product, it's called as prevention cost. If he is going to write code, then you are going to get a good product itself. That is cost. Training employees. That's why training cost comes under prevention cost. Training of your employees or good equipment, calibrated equipment. Those are all prevention cost. If he is not calibrated, if you produce good product also, if your readings are wrong from that particular instrument, then what is the use? So it is giving defect only. It is not correctly measuring. So every 3 months, whatever, you have to calibrate and get the calibration certificate from your suppliers for that particular instrument. Otherwise, it's going to give, if you produce good product also, if it is going to give error. That appraisal cost means measuring whatever cost involved in measuring that particular doing inspection, testing, assessing the quality. That is appraisal cost. Preventing is
Sir, is the
prevention.
appraisal cost goes in like the testing of the products?
Yes, very good. Yeah. So once you develop you can develop prevention cost means you can tell them the coding standards, testing standards, those who are developing the software, right? That is prevention cost. Appraisal cost means once a software is developed, you are going to test it,
Okay, sir.
right?
Sir,
Test,
like,
that is testing.
sir, like
Yeah,
as I said, the airbag thing.
correct.
There are many companies which do airbag testing with a
Yeah.
toy.
That is also appraisal cost. When you are testing in your premise only, that is uh, defect is found by customer means external failure. In your company only, or measuring means it's appraisal cost.
Okay, sir.
Then internal failure cost means whatever bugs you are going to identify. Your testing team is going to identify different bugs, and you will be reworking on your code, or you are going to scrap that particular software itself and start coding again. So that might be your internal failure cost. It has happened. If its bug is found out by your customer, then it's an external failure cost,
Okay.
right? He is going to, while working on your software, maybe he's come out, there is no integration between two modules or whatever. He is unable to accept some module, click on some of the modules. So that is bug found out by your customer. Again, there will be rework involved, and you have to pay for it you have to rework on that particular software. Again, there is a cost involved in that. That is external failure cost. Is that clear?
Got it.
So in the exam, a case will be given, and you need to, maybe for a software development process, identify the different cost. I am not in the exam. You are not going to get explain what is appraisal cost or what is anybody can, those who read this slide, you would be able to explain. For a particular project, can you identify these costs? That is very important for me, right? So hope
Okay, sir. Is it like in an exam they will be giving
giving them the project.
we have to
Yeah, maybe I will give you some app development like Swiggy. Can you identify what are the prevention cost, appraisal cost, something like that? Or development of a food app or something like that. Yes, can you identify something like that? So we are not going to ask you direct. You need to apply whatever you are going to study concepts. You should be able to apply for a particular project. Then only you will be called as project engineers or project managers. That is
Yes.
very important. Okay. Hope it is clear now. So we'll stop for the day. Any doubts you have, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll close.
No doubts as of now, sir.
Okay. Good. So we shall meet on Monday. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.